The Onyx Show.
So it's another edition of the Onyx Show today, and we are glad that you are here to listen and watch us and learn a few things from us as well. We are glad that you made time today to also share with us your perspectives on some of the things that we've been learning over the past few weeks. Like we said, over the few weeks ago, we have been shooting from Domi Church of Pentecost with the youth ministry, who are also with us to interact with us and also ask questions if there is any, and also share their perspectives on a few things. Last week and the week before, we've been discussing how to know if he or she is the one. And there's been a few debates here and there about you praying and there's no sign. And some people also waiting to hear from God in audible voices before they even say that, yes, they finally found the one. So today we want to continue with that. But before we move on, let's go for a short break. We'll be right back.
The Onyx Show.
This makeup is okay. It's not like I'm prepping for my wedding. No need for mascara and eyeliner. It's not like he's not seen my real face before. Besides, the date is at 7 p.m. It's already 6:30. I'll be late, oh. And he will...
And he will what? And he will what? Akatesia, let me do my job, Me poucho, let me do what I do best. Media, bring your face for her.
Hey, he's here. He's here. You see, I'm not ready. I told you. You kept too long with this makeup.
Chillax, he's not even the one, And I'm not even done yet. So poucho, kawano pado. Change this dress you're wearing. I'll be back.
Where is babe's number 1?
She's inside.
Okay.
The food.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Papa.
I won't miss this day.
It's great to have
Even
you
for a
here.
date rush. Babes, the traffic was so intense. That's why I'm late.
Sorry.
Babes, hurry up with your makeup whilst I arrange her dresses for her to choose to wear. Nice.
Oh, Abba. Are you going for mass or something? It's a date, Tom. It's called a date for a reason. What? Showing some skin isn't bad. There's no harm in it. After all, any cruna washishe. Men are drawn by what they see. So what is all this?
Allow the girl to wear whatever she wants to wear. It's her date, not yours. Or you think everyone is like you? I don't know why I brought the short ones. I probably thought because it's her first date. You know?
More fashionistas. I'm going to wear what I want to wear. I am not going on this date to seduce anyone's son. I don't want anyone's son to fall into temptation. Oh. I don't want somebody to sin. God will not be happy with me. I am pleasing my maker and not him. And if he doesn't understand, dear, then he ends the one.
My sister, preach, oh, preach.
I so not feel and look like myself. But it's wonderful.
Thanks, babes.
Thank you.
And don't forget to get some condom. But prevention is better than cure.
The Onyx Show.
Welcome back. So as we've been doing all these weeks, I don't do this alone. I have my seasoned speakers who are also my friends with me to discuss the issues at hand. So from my left, I have my own mommy, Mrs. Diane Dion Ofori. And going on, I have also Emmanuel Datson, Elder Emmanuel Datson. And I have Osofo Emmanuel Eisimenu and Mrs. Victoria Boche. Now, from the past few weeks, we've been discussing wanting to know the one, wanting to know the one. Now, my question to all of us is, if I see the one that God has been telling me about or giving me the signs all about and all of that, how do I keep this one? What am I supposed to do so that this one remains truly the one till we actually marry? So also, maybe since you have the mic, you can start with that.
Thank you very much, and thank you very much for the opportunity to be part of this episode once again. Now, God has helped you by every dimension to meet the man. There is every conviction that this is the man. What is left is your ability or your ableness for male and then for women as well. What is left for you is to hold the one dearly, to await the altar. How do you await the one dearly? In past discussions, I said that two things does not make a relationship work. Is either it's not the will of God, or man does not make it happen. A lot of the times when people are preparing for marriages or people are preparing for a relationship, we have expectations. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. But we don't ask ourselves, am I also what the person is looking for? So if you are looking for somebody with a vision, somebody who has God-fearing, somebody who has a job and whatever, also ask yourself, am I prepared to also meet the person at the person's point of need? So key in nurturing a relationship into marriage is to keep it clean. That's why I said that maybe from the beginning it is God's will. But if you keep the relationship dirty or you mar the relationship, God leaves it for you. So when you have identified or you've come to terms that this is what you are looking for and you have every indication that this is what God has for me, my advice is that you have to nurture it with God. You have to keep the relationship clean. Keep the relationship holy. So don't say that because I saw a vision, I saw a dream, is the one. When you are doing what married couples do, when you haven't even gone to the altar, he's still the one. So key amongst the things that you do when you have found the one is to keep the relationship holy. And this is very much important. Else, the thing that you saw to be good with prophecies backing will end evil because the foundation that you started with was bad. So you must keep the relationship holy as you await the altar. Very important for me.
Okay, so I have maybe three things to talk about. I believe that we are all looking at finding the one that is approved by God. If indeed we talked about signs, we talked about God leading us to find these people, these individuals, our beloveds and all. If indeed God was the one who, led us in finding them, then God should be the one that should guide us in keeping them. A lot of people are very quick to ask God, is he the one? Is she the one? And then God will give them signs. Oh, he's the one. After all the signs, they get the person. That's all. God, let me continue from this point. So they leave God out of the equation, and then they are doing their own thing, forgetting that God was the one who helped you to find that individual. So I think that it's very critical to include God in every bit of the relationship after you have found the person. So if you started praying to get that individual, you should be praying to keep that individual. If you are praying to God to get, certain signs and confirmations, then you should also be praying so that God can give you that heart to, keep the person. The person should be in a position where they will always be favored by God so that you can enjoy that bond. And then again, apart from the God factor, maybe this is the second one, apart from the God factor, if you started with gifts just to get the individual's attention, whatever you started with, it could be how you talk to the person on phone, how you were nice to the person, buying gifts, finding time for the person. What else? You know, you were doing things, gifts of service and all of those stuff. Those stuff. If you were doing them before you accepted the individual, now that the person is in, you don't have to stop them, because to keep that individual, you have to do more of that. So if I got my wife through gifts, now you have the person, you say you are done. No gifts, no time, no talk, no sweet words. You have to maintain it. Then the last thing that maybe I will talk about is you having that kind of, I don't want to say forgiveness, or you should come to a place where in your relationship, nothing becomes a blockade for you guys. Issues can come up in relationships. A lot of people, they pray to God, they see the person, they start something, and once issues start coming up, they forget about God, they forget about the commitment, every other thing, because they feel that there is an issue somewhere. If you marry an angel, along the line, you will have a problem with the angel, because angel be angel where you be human being. But two human beings, you are from different backgrounds. So along the line, issues will come. In order to keep, the person in, that relationship, I think that you have to know your differences. When issues come up, try and make sure you solve them. Don't base on, these problems in Kitty everybody to say that he is not the one, and then you just back off. I think these are the few I'll say for now. These are the more.
Wow. It's very interesting. There are some people that are doing all the right things, but then they find themselves in some situations that they cannot explain. But let's hope that they can find their solution and everything in God. So as we are still discussing how to know if he or she is the one, please don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
The Onyx Show.
Just say, Mama, Mama. Oh yeah, just us now. Just us. What happened?
Chick of a guy. See this one too. Esaba, why have you frowned your face? What has the chick of a guy got to do with us?
Wait, I even thought you'd be home tomorrow morning, eh? Now this evening, dear, why? It's 9 p.m. and you're home early.
Can you believe that? That guy dared to ask me, a holy Sabbath, a child of God, for a kiss? There was nothing spiritual about this guy. All he did was ask me, have I had sex before? Have I kissed before? The worst part of it is, he paid for his food. I had no option than to pay for mine. He's so stingy. And you know what? He's part of the prayer team.
But wait, you shock fans, is he an angel? Or he's a fallen angel? Does his blood run through his veins? Or did he tell you that he's a Roman father? How did you expect the day to go? Were you expecting to talk about fasting and prayers?
So is this what this date you people have been talking about is all about? Kissing and talking about sex? Oh, then I'm going to remain single forever. Oh, Isaba, that is not the norm. Don't be confused. It's just unfortunate things unfolded in this manner. Nothing serious happened, right? That guy got the guts to ask me to go home with him to seal the deal. What deal? I thought this was a date and not a business meeting.
You see the reason why I told you to take a condom.
Hey, but Isaba, you might be wrong, Maybe he's just testing to see how strong your faith is. Well, I didn't expect the day to turn out this way at all. But it is well, Isaba. Don't fret. The right guy will come along. He's not the only guy on earth. You are attractive. And I'm very certain that someone proper will come along.
Hello, mommy. How are you?
My dear, I'm fine, I'm fine. How did I get home? Is it the one? I bring him home. Hey, a prayerful husband, the wine is in ya. Abba, what now?
The Onyx Show.
Welcome back. So we are shooting from Dome Church of Pentecost with the youth ministry. We're also here to interact with us and ask questions if they have any. Before we move on, I want to say thank you to Aqua Makeover Studios. Makeup extraordinaire. BPR makeup, you get it from here. From natural look to glamorous look to everything, night or day. She'll do whatever you want her to do for you. So I just want us to take a reference to the drama. So we realized that now Isabel has gone for the date and she has come back and she's angry because the guy wanted to kiss her, wanted her to follow him to the house and all of that. Is this some of the signs that she should look at and say that, okay, he's not the one for me? Or probably the guy is even testing her.
Okay, let me take this. This is a red flag, a serious red flag that you have to consider. That after dating, then straight away, let's go to the house, let me kiss you. No. As also said, the relationship should be what? Pure. The word of God says in 1 Corinthians 6, verse 18, that we should flee from sexual immorality. All other sin a man commits is outside the body. We are bought at a price. Therefore, we should honor God with our body. So this should be a base for you in your relationship. You keep it pure till you move to the altar to say, I do. Then I want to say that, I want to chip in this as well. Relationship is work. You wouldn't be there just like that and say that, no. You have to work. You have to work. If it is calling, call the person, find out the welfare of the person. Some people will be dating and obia and frobia, no communication. And one key aspect of relationship is communication. Find out what is going on with the individual so that your visions and everything will be aligned towards God's purpose for your lives. That is.
So to add to that, aside the affection and the attention we give to each other, we should also, in the relationship, help each other to grow. So you know that we are all at a certain level. Like someone asked last week, he's there, she's here. This is the time during the relationship that you bring the person up to your level, spiritually, physically, I mean, even emotionally, intellectually. You shouldn't just say that because we are always talking about prayer and pray to God and everything. Help the person, help each other to grow holistically. Every aspect of your life. So if you see that there's something in that person that the person hasn't even seen, you help the person to identify it, help the person to hone that skill that God has put in that person. Because as the person is becoming better, by God's grace, if you end up in marriage, you benefit from that activity that you have helped the person to do. So there's so much to do in a relationship to keep it. Praying together, sharing the word of God together, checking up on each other, spending quality time together, communicating. This is the time where you are getting to know more about each other. What things that you can do to keep your relationship, where you engage in certain conversations that, will let you understand the person's vision and where the person is going, what God has called the person to come and do. All these things, when you begin to understand and you begin to align yourself, you realize that there are certain hobbies that you don't like, but you realize that your other partner likes. This is the time where you also begin to, because he likes it, you learn a thing or two. Don't go and dive in it by force because we are saying it, but at least something that when it comes up in conversation, you can also pass a comment or two about it. Yeah, that's all.
So I'll go back to with reference to the drama. So I'm saying that in this case where the guy was acting all funny, can it also be that the guy was testing the lady?
I wanted to speak to that. No mature Christian or any level-headed Christian who say, I want to marry a woman, or I'm interested in a woman. I want to test her by kissing her to see if she will take it, or I want to try taking her to bed and see if she will resist. Then I'll know she's a correct woman. What if the woman herself also likes you, or what if the woman herself also doesn't have good? What is it? So I see that as not a ground. So in the first place, like my sister said, I'll call it a red flag, because I believe that for any Christian or any virtuous lady or gentleman who intends marrying, premarital sex is not a plan. Premarital sex would not be your plan at all. So once somebody is bringing that on you, sometimes you can give it a chance. But okay, he has tried it the first time. I didn't do. Let me see subsequently what will follow. That can also help you make a decision. That's why when I was talking about KPI, somebody can say that somebody tries it for once and that is it. Somebody can also say that he's done it for the first time. Maybe he was overwhelmed by something. Let me give him an opportunity again. But red flags are red flags, and they are things that we shouldn't compromise. So to say that the gentleman was maybe testing her by doing that, I think it's not on a good ground at all. To say that may try now, she say, or
So we are saying that Itaba should not consider him at all.
No. First date is a red. It's off. It's off. It's not a good impression.
Okay, and there's this thing about certain people too. They are always attracting the wrong kind of people. All the time, the people that are coming to maybe ask them out or something, they are the wrong kind of people in the sense that maybe the person is a Christian, but the person is either from a different kind of faith. In the Christianhood, we have different kind of faith. So the person is from a different kind of faith, or the person is not a Christian, is something else, or the person is what should I say? Something else. So it covers unbelievers and other religion and other things. How is someone supposed to ward off these kind of attractions?